As the main six, the princesses, the royal guard, and the red came towards Camelot, Dimmerman chuckled. Twilight looked at him. How could you laugh at a time like this? She asked him. Oh, it's not that. It's just the castle reminds me of my old ancestors' castle back home, Dimmerman said. You have castles where you come from? Twilight asked. Yeah, my great-grandparents owned an old castle from medieval times. The Groots were, and still are, a heroic battle family. My grandparents fought in the wars of Scotland, and my father fought in World War One, and I'll be fighting with my red teammates. When my grandparents died, they gave me the right to the castle even though I wasn't born yet. Funny, they must have been drinking our family's cherished scrampe when riding the wheel, he said, laughing afterwards at his own joke. They were soon cut off by one of the royal guard's voice. We're closing in on Castle, but these ponies are trying to take us down with balls of fire. Keep your head down, Gold said, dodging fireballs that were mere feet away from the carriage. How'd they get that set up so fast? Scout asked, ducking behind the carriage he was in. Remember, mate, the princesses and most of the Golds came to the town because of the letter, Sniper reminded. They covered their heads as the chariot flew by them. Scout looked over the side of the pit and saw a helpless royal guard that at them miraculously survived being blasted by one of the fireballs, only now to be falling hundreds of feet from the sky. The Pegasus that were carrying the chariot were killed in the blast. We have to help them, Rainbow Dash said, starting to dash before Sniper caught her. It's too late, mate. If we help them, we'll have to slow down, and that'll make us easy targets, Sniper said. Rainbow didn't want to accept it, but she knew inside that Sniper was right. Rainbow winced as another chariot was blown up. Those guards were being killed immediately. Then another fireball passed another chariot, and even though it didn't hit the chariot, the fireball's flames was close enough to catch the chariot on fire, along with the royal guards that were trapped. Whether they jumped out of the chariot or stayed on it to burn to death, their fate was grim. Rainbow Dash would have flown off to get a rain-clouded dent of the flames, but it was a clear sky, and it would take too long to find another cloud, so the ponies could only watch in horror. Ray didn't feel the same kind of sympathy that the ponies did. They were used to death, especially by fire, but they all knew that it shouldn't be happening to these ponies. How much further? Soldier yelling out to the Pegasus carrying the chicken. We need to find a place to land, one of them said. But they have control of most of the castle, Medic exclaimed. Not for long, Soldier said before he suddenly jumped out of the chariot. What are you doing? What is he doing? Rainbow Dash yelled. Doesn't he know he'll get killed at this height? Helmet Head may be stupid, I mean really stupid at times. But even he knows that this height's suicide, Scout said. Unless... Before Scout could finish, Soldier came flying back up. Pow-pow! Unless he has the gunboats on the rocket jumps, and rocket jumps, Scott finished. They watched the soldier bellowed on something about coward maggots, hippies, and other things, all while clearing an area big enough for the remaining chariots. He is certainly the one to charge like that. Oh, wait, no. He is certainly the one to charge like that, Spy said calmly. When they landed, Princess Celestia made a quick count. Cyclone, what's the status report? She asked one of the unicorn guards. We have 15 charges to start out with, but we lost 3, all with a total of 4 guards each. They were shot down by these fireballs. These things have control over the castle, he yelled over the battle as the main six and the rest of the red team followed Soldier's lead, taking battle positions. Celestia sighed at the news of their current losses, but she knew that this was battle. Their deaths would be... If they lost the battle, their death would be in vain. Okay. Alright. You and Stonebracket lead 2 squads, the gods, to cover Red Team and the Elements of Harmony. When you meet up with them, do whatever they command you to do. Luna and myself will lead a separate squadron, she said. Cyclone nodded as he informed Stonebreaker of her plans. They nodded and chose a few of the Royal Guard. Cyclone Squad going with red. Stonebreakers with the main six. You, one with the helmet, Cyclone said, Soldier turned around. What maggots? He said, turning around to fire another rocket. Cyclone grunted at his choice of words for them. By order of Princess Celestia, we are here to aid you in battle, he said. Suddenly one of the shadow creatures that looked like a manticorn, don't know what that is, pounced towards Soldier. Cyclone instantly flew up. He was a Pegasus, and caught the creature in midair and slammed it against the ground, slamming it into tiny fragments of shadows. Thanks, Soldier said, running up beside Cyclone and firing rockets again. Somewhere else? As Twilight threw another one of the shadow creatures aside with her magic, Stonebreaker and his squad of royal guards who came in and started to attack the shadow creatures, which allowed the ponies some rest. Stonebreaker came to inform Twilight of Celestia's orders. So you're basically here to protect us, Twilight yelled over an explosion. Pretty much, Stonebreaker said, going back to his squadron. The main six followed him, all except for Fluttershy. Stonebreaker, shouldn't we regroup with Red? Rarity said, dodging a white arrow. She shrieked and the others nearly jumped, thinking she was hit. But they soon saw that she only shrieked that she had gotten dirt on her mane. Ridiculous. Here. We better, sir. They're getting closer to us. We can't hold them off alone, one of the Royal Guards said. Stonebreaker nodded as his squadron and the main six made a dash for the Red's location. The same place where the Red's location is, as Prowler took down 3 enemies with his back pointer. He was laughing like a little child during a birthday party. Power yelled. Power was covering Engineer while he built a sentry. Building a sentry? Thanks, partner. I've almost got this thing to level 3, he said. Since Engineer sentries were programmed to attack their blue counterparts, he had to use the Wrangler to manually point the sentry at these shadow creatures. Sniper came over to them. We've hit him hard, mate, but it looks like they've got 2 more to replace what we destroyed. Sniper reported to Engineer. Ah, hell, Engineer replied. They were both surprised when they heard another voice beside them. Is it that bad for you guys, too? Twilight asked, making Sniper and Engineer nearly jump. Yeah, Sniper said. Little did they notice that one of the shadow creatures was moving slightly behind Engineer Sentry and Dispenser, with 2 of the spy sappers. What? Spy sapping my sentry! Engineer yelled, turning around. What he saw wasn't a spy, but it was a new creature they've never seen before. The closest thing that Engineer could think of was an insect-like creature. The creature laughed and hopped off, only to be caught and burned by Pyro. Thanks, Pyro, Engineer said as he destroyed the sappers with its southern hospitality. Twilight, what was that thing? Oh, I have that weapon. Twilight, Sniper asked as he turned around back towards Twilight, but instead of Twilight, he was looking in the eyes of another insect-like creature. It jumped on him and knocked Sniper's Tribleman Shiv, I have that weapon, out of his hand before he could attack it. Help! Sniper yelled, wrestling with the creature. Despite its small size, it was stronger than it looked. Pyro jumped at the creature, knocking it off Sniper and killing it with the extinguisher. Well, I want that weapon. Thanks, mate, Sniper said as he grabbed his Tribleman Shiv. Pyro gave him a 2-finger salute, then ran into battle to help Soldier, Demo, Heavy, and Medic. Sniper and Engie looked at the creature. What do you think it is? Engineer asked. I don't know, mate. We'd better ask Twilight, Sniper said. Or Fluttershy, considering it would be an animal, Engineer added. Speaking of that, here they come, Engineer said as he pointed to the main six and the Royal Guard hurrying towards them. Wait, insect-like. Oh. When they got there, they asked if any one of them knew what the creature was. They all nodded. I knew it. That's a changeling. They can change into form on any pony based on a certain pony's love for them. They feed off that. Their leader tried that once. She changed herself into a form of my older brother's lover, Twilight said. Well, then this thing disguises itself as you, Twilight, Sniper said. Well, if that's true, they need need love to change into a form, so... Twilight started before Engineer cut off. Look, here come the others, Engineer said. Sniper sighed under his breath. That was close, but I shouldn't have been having feelings like that. I'm an anti-lover. Oh, I'm an anti-lover, and I'd like to be alone. This place is starting to change me. Wonder if any of the others feel the same. Sniper silently thought, then he slapped himself. Mate, that's just messed up. Keep your head straight. No need to get too friendly, he told himself. The rest of the team, Soldier, Heavy, Pyro, Demo, Medic, came back bloody and injured. Ack, I must fix this medigun to not have a time limit to use, Medic said as they all went to Engie's dispenser. They're coming. There's more coming, Soldier said. Sniper looked towards the scope with his machinima, or machina. He's raw. Too many for us to take out. I don't even think the princesses with their powers combined could take them all out, Sniper said. He then looked up and saw the massive fireballs that were coming towards them. Incoming! Sniper yelled as they all ducked except for Twilight. Twilight, get down! Rainbow Dash yelled. Twilight simply closed her eyes, but their horns started to glow. Before they knew it. Typo. They were being protected by a giant purple shield. When the fireballs hit, they exploded over the shield, and no one was hurt. Twilight slumped over after the shield depleted. Medic immediately ran to check on her. Sniper and Soldier covered him. She alright, Doc? Sniper asked. Yeah, she had just run out of energy, Medic replied. Soldier ran back over to Scout. Hey, Shrimp, think you could run and see how many of them are left? Soldier asked. Of course, Helmet Head, Scout said. He then drank a can of bonk and ran over to cover. From cover he was hiding behind. He was gone for only a few seconds and returned, breathing hard. Well, Soldier asked. I've got hundreds more coming. I ran into Spy and he said he was trying to disable the catapults. They're using to launch the fireballs, Scout replied. Soldier nodded. I was wondering where the old Frenchie went off to, he muttered. Soldier and Scout peeked up from behind the cover they were using and saw the multiple figures marching their way. Soldier noticed a large black hole, big enough for Red and the ponies that they could use for the best cover. Listen up, Soldier yelled to his teammates and the ponies. We're sitting ducks out here, so we need to run over to that hole. We'll have better cover there, he said. Okay, you ponies will run behind us. We'll provide cover fire. Got it, Soldier asked. The ponies nodded. Okay, 1, 3, 2. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Dash finished for Soldier. They all ran across, Red's guns blazing. In what seemed like a long time, they made it to the hole. Is everyone all right? Spy asked suddenly. No one had even heard him appear. Yeah, Engineer said. You disabled those catapults? Indeed, I did. They are useless now, Spy said. It was quite easy, really. Hold on, Sniper said, making a head count. We're one short. Everyone looked around until Heavy knew who was missing. Where is Flutter Pony? They looked back from where they came and saw what instead of crossing with the others, Fluttershy was so crouched behind the broken part of her eyes closed. She was also whimpering and looked like she was about to cry. Heavy gasped. We must save the Flutter Pony, he yelled, running off towards her. Mate, wait, Sniper yelled. He then scoffed. Soldier, help me cover him. Everyone else stay here, Sniper said. Sniper and Soldier then dashed off. Soldier uses rocket launcher, and Sniper uses SMG, killing more of the shadow creatures and catching. Good thing he runs slow, Soldier said. Too right, mate, Sniper replied. They soon caught up with Heavy, who was talking to Fluttershy. Is okay. Heavy is here to help, he said calmly to Fluttershy. Are you sure? Fluttershy squeaked. Da! Heavy will protect you. We must go to friends, Heavy said. Heavy then picked up Fluttershy as if she was a baby. and looked at the Sniper. They both knew what Heavy was going to say before he said it, just by reading his facial expression. "We got your back, mate," Sniper said. "Yeah, you may be a Comey, but we need you," Soldier said. The two took off first, Heavy right behind them. Heavy made sure that he held Fluttershy with care as they ran. Soon they were back in the hall. The rest of the main six trotted over to Fluttershy as Heavy set her down. "Fluttershy, are you all right?" Twilight asked. "Yes, thanks to Heavy," Fluttershy said. "Don't worry, Sugar Cube. We're here for you," Applejack said. The main six had a group hug as Red watched the approaching army. "Not much longer till they're right on top of us," Sniper said, looking through the scope of his machina. "We have to figure out a way to destroy them all. But we're low on ammo, and Engineer can't find any metal to build a dispenser." They all pondered and thought until an idea hit. Of all people, Pyro. Pyro exclaimed. "Kill him with fire?" Engineer asked. Haven't you been doing that this whole time?" Pyro exclaimed, yelling out the last muffled word. Red all nodded. "That might actually work," Soldier said. "Can we do it?" he asked Engineer. If Sniper can hit the right areas, it can work," Engineer replied. "Well, what's the plan going to be?" "Well, what do we got to lose?" Scout said. All of Red Team high-fived and prepared to use Pyro's daring plan. Pyro got out a pack of his flare gun ammo and handed it to Sniper. Sniper then made the flare gun ammo small enough to where it could fit inside of his sniper rifle, but was still as explosive. He then aimed at a certain creature, one that had white and had a bow. One was white and had a bow and arrow in its hooves and fired. It exploded on contact, surprising as a result. Fire caught on quickly in the enemy ranks. Sniper continued to fire and modified flare gun bullets in certain areas, hitting them dead on. Soon the entire army of the Ghost Shadow that was at the castle was set ablaze. Red cheered at the sight of the burning massacre, while the ponies were happy that the enemy had been destroyed. They were all still in shock on how they could quickly burn to a crisp. Pyro said, wiping an imaginary tear on the fireproof mask. "Only Pyro can really see this is beautiful," Scout whispered to Spy. Spy nodded. "Agreed. Pyro probably sees this as a magical land. The flames probably like rainbows to him or her, to him, or whatever Pyro is," Spy said. "Somewhere else, like maybe later." After the fires died down, Red and the main six walked among what's left of Canterlot Castle. "I never thought I'd see Canterlot like this," Twilight said. "I know what you mean, Sugar Cube," Applejack said. "The ponies were all experiencing aftershock of the battle, something Red have got over many years ago. Red stayed silent the whole time to honor the fallen. As the ponies mourned their losses, the victory came to too great of a cost." Ponyville, 2 minutes after Red and the main six returned. While Scout, Demo, Pyro, Heavy, Medics, and Spy talked with the main six, mostly doing their best to comfort them, Cyber was leaning against one of the crates that came with them. Engineer and Soldier walked over to him. "You doing all right, partner?" Engineer asked. I know you like to be by yourself, but you actually seem troubled about something." "Yeah, I'm alright," Sniper said. "It's just that I was thinking. It's been so long since I've seen death. And I mean actual death. Not like we've been dying since we joined Red. It's sickening in all reality on how these peaceful creatures should see this." Sniper and Engineer nodded. "I know what you mean," Soldier said. "I'm a bloodthirsty maniac sometimes." "Sometimes?" Engineer said, cutting off off. Okay, a lot of the times. But I still don't think civics should experience this," Soldier said. Did you think of that while you were in Germany?" Sniper asked. "No. Even if I I couldn't get in the army. I knew I had to fight them. They knew what they were going to do to those Jews. They were human beings too, the soldier replied. Did you ever think that even some of them didn't want to do that? Sniper asked. Yeah, I fought their soldiers. I didn't fight their people, Soldier said gruffly. Sniper got the statement from Soldier's face. He wouldn't ask any more questions about that for now. The trio looked back at the ponies, who were still mourning. We have to find a way to go home. War and bloodshed just follows us wherever we go, Soldier said. Sniper and Engineer agreed. Still, this is the closest thing to outside life that we've had for years, Engineer said. Yeah, you're right about that, Soldier said. You're right, mate, but still, if we're here, these Sheilas will be in constant sorrow, Sniper said, chuckling a little. Reminds me of that song you played sometimes, Engineer. Sniper added. That song by the Soggy Bottom Boys? Engineer asked. Sniper nodded. Engineer got on top of some crates and got out his guitar, turning it to the tune of the guitar. In I am a man of constant sorrow. It started to play. Even though the bluegrass music was soothing, they knew it was about a man with a terrible life. The song was a fitting situation that they were all in, and the situations that await.